Making sales is a very scientific process. The way 1 + 1 + 1 = 3, if you do X, Y, and Z, you should expect, with Allah's permission and His tawfiq, an increase in the amount of sales that you're making. The issue here is that many people don't know what X, what Y, what Z stands for. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 common things that people get wrong. Because they don't do these 3 things, they don't end up seeing the sales that they need. I will share with you the X, Y, Z of how to make sales. Who am I? My name is Imran ibn Mansur. I am a 7-figure entrepreneur with Allah's permission. We scored the hat trick when it came to 1 million. We scaled our courses and additional services that we provide alongside our courses to 3 million. Plus, I'm also a student of Islamic knowledge and I give da'wah, and I'm joined here by my brother in Islam, my friend, my co-shareholder, Abu Bakr, inshallah ta'ala. And we're going to share with you the X, Y, Z, the 3 steps on how to get sales if you've got your product but you're not making money. Let's begin. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, ma ba'd. So today we're going to discuss, inshallah ta'ala, how to get people to actually pay you, right? So you've gone through the trouble of putting together this great course, Allahumma barik, right? You've made this course, mashallah, tabarakallah. You've got this coaching program, you know, you've got this great offer. It's priced really well as well. The only issue is people are not buying. And here's the thing, you're also making content. You're actually advertising, right? You got social media content that you're putting out there. But why is it that you're still struggling to make sales or the volume of sales that you want? So in this video, we're going to share with you 3 things, inshallah ta'ala, that you can do that we did to help increase our sales. Alhamdulillah. By the tawfiq of Allah Azza wa Jal. So Bakr, chat to me.
Well, the first thing you do if you want to sell ice cream, you've got to turn up the heat. You're not going to sell ice cream in cold weather. So when it comes to your customers, your leads that are coming into your social media, they're coming into the top of your funnel, you have to warm them up. This means they have to get to know you. They have to understand what is it that you do. They have to understand you, your business, the problem that you're solving. Is it a good fit for them? The more they learn about you, because even we have many brothers like this where, you know, they've got courses they're putting out there, but they're not making any, for example, YouTube content. We know, as we've discussed in previous podcasts, YouTube is one of the primary mechanisms. If you want to build trust, you want to build a relationship, you want a long-term commitment from your viewer, from people at the top of your funnel, it has to be for YouTube, man. To watch, Google released that, I think it was 7-4-11 rule, right? To watch 7 hours of content in 4 different places across 11 different touch points. And if people aren't getting that, they might see you, well, okay, that sounds interesting, looks interesting, but if they're not binge watching you and your content and really getting to know you and understand you, you're going to find you're going to struggle to get. So
that's really interesting. So you're saying Google said, they put out a study that said, some research?
A study,
right? Well, they basically concluded that people who watch you for 7 hours, they are the ones who are likely to buy from you.
Yeah.
7 hours?
Across 4 different platforms. 11 different touch points.
So point being, reason why you're mentioning YouTube is because 7 hours is very hard to come by on TikTok or Instagram.
I mean, if you say it's a 1 minute reel, how many minutes are in 7 hours? 7 times 6, 409,
420.
So a person would have to watch 420 reels of yours in order to get 7 hours. Whereas 7 hours on YouTube, depending on how many videos you do, could just be like 5 or 6 videos.
And here's the crazy thing, right? People are like, bro, I'm actually making sales off Instagram. Yeah, you'd make 10 times more if you're on YouTube.
Exponentially.
Yeah, and it's not even about how many views you get, because YouTube's algorithm is so good. You have to understand, bro, YouTube's owned by Google. You understand? The algorithm is so good that they will literally put, if you get 100 views, they put that video in front of pretty much 100 people that are like ideally customers that are most likely to buy from you. So what you're saying is that people are not buying from you yet because you haven't warmed them up enough.
Yeah, so let's go with the 7 hours. They haven't consumed 7 hours of your content, and that's why they're not familiar with you. They don't really fully understand you, because remember, not every video that you make is going to be a full breakdown of a VSL. So not every video is going to be a VSL where you break down a video sales, where you break down, this is exactly what I do, this is the problem that I solve, this is how I do it, this is what I'm going to do for you and everything. No, because otherwise you'd just be putting out the same video 20 times a week. That's not how it's going to be. Every video might be different. Slowly people start to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay, this is what he does. Okay, he does that as well. Wow, and he's got this, and he's done this for someone else as well. And then, right, eventually you're literally walking them to the door.
And it's not just a clarity of what you do, but it's also a build up of goodwill.
Yeah, goodwill, trust.
Like every video, trust. Trust is a big one. People start to trust you. They start to, every video you're solving problems, right? So they're like, okay, so across 7 hours of free content, how many problems do you think you solved for that person, right? So imagine you help people with weight loss, their relationships, education, business, whatever it might be, bro. Those people are going to be prime for the buy. Like our sales team actually brought this to our attention because we were advertising our courses primarily on Instagram and TikTok, right? But they said, bro, your best customers are closing off of YouTube. And here was the crazy thing.
We weren't even promoting on YouTube.
We weren't even promoting on YouTube.
But a few shorts here and there. But in terms of actual YouTube videos, very little. Here and there. In
negligible.
Podcast.
Negligible. But now we're going in on YouTube. And inshallah ta'ala, the proof is going to be in the pudding. So inshallah ta'ala will show. So the first thing is you need to be creating way more content, right? And you need to, just really quickly, if you're a course creator or a coach, are you confused about how to scale your business to 7 figures? If so, you might be even more confused as to how we managed to scale our courses to 3 million plus whilst we were seeking knowledge and giving dawah full time. And you might be even more confused to see all of these brothers here that you can see on screen, how I've been helping them use the exact same formula for their businesses to scale their course and coaching services. We're seeing crazy results. Brothers are doubling their income in the first 2.5 weeks. Some brothers making 5x in the first week that they've been working with us. Some brothers doubling their monthly recurring revenue in just 2 days. So alhamdulillah, the fruits are there and I want to share them with you, inshallah ta'ala. I know you've been working hard, building your course, your coaching program, but you want to get to 7 figures so you can earn back your time to worship Allah, seek knowledge, spend the money that you make for Allah's sake, spend time with your family and create wealth for the next generation with Allah's permission. So for that reason, I'm going to show you and share with you the 7 steps that I've outlined to 7 figures that we did, that we implemented to get to 3 million plus. I'm going to share this with you and give you access to this on the 23rd of this month on Sunday, 2:30 p.m. UK time. Just go to the link below right now. Just quickly go right now and register your interest. Save your seat before you miss out. This is going to be the biggest event in the Muslim entrepreneurial space, inshallah ta'ala. And I have made a promise to make every person who misses it regret not turning up. So with that said, we'll see you there.
Especially long form content.
Long form. And you need let's just say you want 100 customers. You need to optimize for every single one of those 100 people to have consumed 7 hours of content in 4 different locations. So that could be YouTube primarily, then you also complementing with TikTok. Also, by the way, email is a big one. It doesn't have to be on a social media platform. They could be watching or consuming content that you sent them via email, right? Could be the podcast app, but primarily YouTube, 11 different times. So not 7 hours in a row, not 3.5 hours, in 2 sits, no, 11 sits altogether. So you need to optimize for that. And by the way, that gets rid of instant gratification, makes you play the long game. And by the way, when those people do that, and then you launch to them, right? The day you launch, it's crazy. Look, learn from us. Why do you think we're releasing something every day? Look, let me make no mistake. We've got, inshallah ta'ala, a webinar where we're launching called 7 Steps, 7 Figures. Where I'm going to be showing you in that webinar for free how we took our businesses from 7 steps to 7 figures and how we've helped so many other businesses start their journey towards 7 figures, cross 6 figures already, alhamdulillah. But make no mistake, I'm going to sell you something on that day, inshallah, right? Don't worry, it's not going to be our £10,000 coaching. That's only for very specific and qualified clients, but it's worth well over 10,000 and it's significantly little in price. But because I know I'm going to sell you something, I have to warm you up. That's why we're releasing a video every single day. Do you think we're stupid, brother? I know you're going to think we're stupid, but we're intentionally warming up the lead. The reason I'm saying this to you is learn, right? Because I'm here showing you that you course creators and you coaches, this is how you make 7 figures. I also have to live it in practice, right? So you're going to learn just by looking at the things that me and Bakr are doing, inshallah ta'ala, over the next few months and years and be able to implement that. And sometimes that speaks more volumes than what we actually do. So we're doing this every day because I know that I need, on that webinar, when I actually tell you this is the crazy value I have, it's not enough to be that this is crazy value. I've got to have warmed you up. You've got to already see and experience value from me.
Yeah, so look, so people might ask, wait, but how can I ensure that a person watches 7 hours of my content? How can I ensure that they do it across 11 different touch points? So some of it's organic. Some of it you can't really do much. There's the algorithm, there's just them on that day and so on. But there is a lot you can do. One of the things you can do is retarget. If you can get someone who watched the video, opted in possibly for your lead magnet or whatever else it might be, but decided not to buy for whatever reason, but then you come back at them. For example, let's just say they opted in, you got the email now. If you're sending them emails constantly reminding them about your offer, still providing them value. Don't just sell. Provide them with value, eventually they're going to turn around and be like, okay, cool. Like sometimes you have to engineer the 11 touch points. Sometimes a guy will just go through the motions. He'll catch you on Instagram, he'll catch you on YouTube, he'll see you on TikTok, he'll hear about you from his friend. 5-6 different places, like itself will happen naturally and he'll be ready to buy. That's one thing. But sometimes you yourself have to put things in place, whether it's automations on Go High Level, whether it's, you know, an email sequence in place, or, you know, just putting out content again and again on social media, running ads, targeting a specific people that have watched a particular video, you know, putting them back into your, like whatever it is, you have to go out of your way to do. It's not going to happen by itself.
You know, one of the best ways to do that is to put together a playlist of videos that will be ideal for your ideal customer to watch, right? This is something that I think brother Imran, or was it Zaid, or someone from Zishan, one of the brothers from our sales team told us, right? And it was such a smart move, Allah Barik, because they're like, people are booking a call with us, right? And you want to try and make sure that you get those 7 hours in as quick as possible, right?
Before the
sales call, right? Before they buy. So one of the things that we did to speed up the process, because look, let's just say a person sees you today, and he might book a call with you today, but he won't buy, or he might no-show. He won't turn up to the sales call, or when he turns up to the sales call, he's just not seen enough to be convinced because he's not been warmed up enough, so he came in prematurely. But I want to still sell to this guy, so how do you speed up the process? Well, you create a playlist of the type of video that if a person saw, they would be ripe, right, for the sale. And these videos might have value, like crazy value, lead magnet type of videos. They might have demonstrations where you're demonstrating your skill. They might have case studies where you've already done this for people. We actually went on the back of this to Medina for our Umrah setup course and recorded interviews with brothers on their trips, those who had already been trained by us. And we're doing the interview saying, so this is your trip, these are the people that you brought in and you've made money and you've actually done it. Okay, cool. Guys, you see, right? And we made a playlist of those videos with a bunch of others. And then what we do is that every time a person will sign up for the sales call, hey, watch this video, watch this playlist. And by the way, you could have that playlist linked to the description of all of your YouTube videos. You can have a call to action in every video, right? Saying, guys, go watch this playlist, right? And you're just retargeting them in that way, right? So retargeting is really, really important. So that's retargeting in terms of organic social media. You also touched upon retargeting once you're already in the pipeline, right? Through following up, have email sequences, automations, and Go High Level. You know, the money's in the follow-up. And follow-up takes a long time, but you can automate this. And these are some of the things that we teach on our Righteous and Rich school, right?
That's right. Even us, like every now and again, we would do something called cleaning out the pipeline. Where we would say, you know what, we're going to increase the price. Let's just send out a message, let anyone know because there are always people in your pipeline that are on the fence about buying. Sometimes all they need is the little headbutt over the over the fence. So all you have to do is let them listen, by the way, in 2 days' time, the price is going up. If you want to buy at this price, now's the time. And you can do that, clear them out. And then
and every time, you just get people that were probably never going to buy. They were always thinking about it. But a year or two...
We'll just push them into taking action.
They'll push them to taking action, right? Okay, so the second thing is retarget, right? And retarget, i.e. through emails, send messages, follow-ups. And one of the best ways to do that is to create a playlist that you send to them and say, boom, watch this 7 hours of content. The third thing is that it might be that you've priced your product so high that people need to speak to you or one of your team members before they actually make the jump. And that's very normal, right? Usually high ticket offers, anything that's like 1,000 or 1,500 pounds and up, right? Even I think 1,000 people will come to your website if they see a video, see 1,000 pounds, if there's value, they'll buy, right? But when it's like 1,500 pound plus, when you get into those type of numbers, people just want to have a conversation because it's big money that they're giving you now, right? So at this point, you need a sales strategy. Now, what does a sales strategy look like? That's a lot of information. I'm going to be going through how to, the basics and introduce you guys and give you access to the sales process on the 7 Steps to 7 Figures webinar on the 23rd, which is on Sunday, because one of the 7 steps is a sales strategy within itself. So I'm going to go through that with you, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm going to show you how you can start getting access to, the sales process and sales development and so on and so forth. But just very briefly, in simple terms, you need a sales script, you need a sales pipeline, right? A CRM, right? A CRM just to keep track of everyone that comes into your funnel. And, you need to learn how to handle objections past the sales script. And you need to retarget. And it's a very simple process. And usually, if you yourself are the course creator and the coach, you probably can't take all of the sales calls when you've got heavy volume coming in, which is why you need to bring in a sales guy, a closer, and what does a closer look like, how to motivate a closer and all of that stuff. We'll teach you, inshallah ta'ala. We go through it on the Right to Rich School, but in a lot of depth. But these are all things that you need to start looking into. But it might be that if you've gone to that level now, you need to jump on the phone. And at the beginning, I think you should be jumping on the phone. Like even right now, brother Muhammad, right, who's one of our clients for our high ticket 7 Steps to 7 Figures coaching program. So it's not the free webinar, it's the coaching program. And we're not taking clients for this right now. It's £10,000, expensive. We only take specific people because, we only work with specific type of people for that, to be able to give them the best chance of success, alhamdulillah. But, this brother, we trained him to take his sales course. So he's getting fed up now because he's like, bro, I've got so much to do because I'm delivering the course and I'm making all the content. So he wanted to bring in a closer, which we were going to facilitate for him, right? But I said to him, no. You need to fully understand this process first, right? There's more benefit in you doing it first yourself, because when it comes to managing a sales team, you're going to be a fish out of water. You're going to not know your right from your left. And how can you manage a sales team? How can you motivate and train a sales team? And how can you find out areas where they're making mistakes and help them optimize if you yourself know nothing about that process, right? So I would say all of you, get into that yourself. Bro, I'm going to introduce you to this whole thing, on the webinar. But if you can't wait to the webinar, bro, just Google it, bro. Just start. Go check it out online, you know what I'm saying? It's something that you can get cracking, inshallah, very soon.
Yeah, one thing I would end it with is, a lot of people have this sense of entitlement of, I don't know what it is, but it's like people feel like they deserve sales. I deserve money. Like whether it's a product or service, it's like, I came up with an amazing idea, I'm putting it out there, and when they don't get any sales or they don't get any traction, they get extremely disheartened. It's just like, what went wrong? Bro, this is a long-term game. It's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be you're just going to come into this and suddenly you're going to be counting money. No, there's a long process behind it. You have to be mentally ready for a long, hard slog. Slog is the right word for it. And I think at the end of the day, your offer will only be as good as the knowledge that you have. Your sales will only be as good as the knowledge that you have on sales. Your marketing will only be as good as the knowledge that you have on marketing. And if you don't carry on growing and increasing in these different departments, in these different areas, you're not going to be able to get past certain thresholds, certain barriers, and you're always going to be stuck there wondering, why is no one buying my product? And most people, let's be honest, after a few months, they ditch their business ideas because they didn't see anything, they didn't see traction. Rather than trying to experiment, try different things, like from the brothers at Noir, the company that, they do premium car air fresheners and perfumes, etc. We spoke to them, 8 months went by, they didn't make a penny. And they just went back.
Oh, very, very little.
Or they made very little money. And they just went back. They worked on their branding. They worked on this. They worked on that. They tweaked a few things. Bro, but then one day, something just clicked. All that time, effort, knowledge, tweaking, experimenting, it all came to fruition at the end. After so much hard work, after so much failure, came the success. But us, we feel entitled to success. Bro, no. The reality is, it's very likely, if you're not getting sales, either your offer's trash, or your marketing is trash, or your sales are trash, or your product itself might even just be trash. I'm sorry, that's the reality. And it's only through going through these processes, learning about these different areas, and then implementing it, will you finally realize, okay, that's where I went wrong. Okay, this is what I could, okay, and then slowly but surely, you will start to see things change. So you need to remove that sense of entitlement from yourself and come to this as, I'm a newbie. I'm a noob, as they call him, Call of Duty. I'm a noob. And you got to come with that mindset and be ready and willing to learn and implement. And then inshallah, after time, with sabr and patience, inshallah, hopefully you see the fruits of your efforts.
Sorry, but that was very nice what you just said, Alon Barik. And it's just so juvenile sometimes, the way some brothers think. Like, I can't explain to you how many times brothers come to me, and that, bro, I'm just not making sales. And the first thing I always do is, okay, let me check your socials. And they're not advertising. Like, it's just, to me, it's just the most juvenile. It's like,
I put out a reel, 3 weeks ago, bro.
Yeah.
What? We put out 3 reels every single day.
Just deep that for a second. Just deep that for a second. We're putting out 3 reels every single day.
On multiple different platforms.
Just, that's
3 on TikTok, 3 on Instagram, 3 on YouTube Shorts. And right now we're putting out a video a day on YouTube, a podcast.
You see the difference now, alhamdulillah, between the 7 figures and the 4 figures, or the 3 figures. Do you see tawfiq and barakah from Allah Azza wa Jal.
Just do more, man.
Just do more, bro. Get cracking, man. You understand? So, anyways, man, with that said, I like that. We should make more content like this.
Like what?
That is encouraging, motivating. Like, I feel like we're giving people a lot of mechanics, but we're not showing people
mindset.
It's not even mindset, but
recalibrating their
expectations and how hard you actually have to work, or what does hard work even look like? Alright, so people, alhamdulillah, hopefully we stay true to our promise. If you're not making sales, now you know why, inshallah ta'ala, right? Those are the 3 things that you need to look into, bi'idhnillah. With that said, we've got our 7 Steps to 7 Figures webinar, inshallah ta'ala, this Sunday. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be ridiculous. The biggest event, the biggest Muslim entrepreneur event online ever. I promise to make everyone who doesn't attend regret, inshallah ta'ala. And I'm going to share with you my 7 Steps to 7 Figures formula on how we scaled our courses to 3 times 7 figures. So that's 3 million if you don't know how to do maths. May Allah Azza wa Jalla bless. To be honest, I don't even know if that maths made sense. Either way, click the link below and secure your spot, secure your seat ASAP, and bring a friend, man. Inshallah, should be great. With that said, God love you and leave you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.